Mr. Heavyweight Boxing today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, want to give my quick opinion about some news that I saw. Filip Hrgovic taking on Mark Mori, and this will be on the Anthony Joshua out of Wallen card that, you know, we're sitting here hoping and praying that the card goes down because it does remind me of those old school 80s, 90s, early 2000, you know, Don King heavyweight cards, man, where he'll stack the card full of heavyweights. Now, there will be a little bit of frustration with me watching the card because seeing Joshua and Wilder on the same card and they're not fighting each other, man, that's just it's irritating, man. But I do like the card. There are some solid fights. AJ and Wallen, that's a solid fight. Parker and Wilder, solid. Dubois taking on Jarrell Miller, I'm seeing that's rumored. That's a solid fight. Frank Sanchez taking on Junior Fa. I expect Sanchez to win, but Fa can crack, right? But you know, he's been knocked out in some fights, so can see what Junior Fa has in the tank, all right? And then they're talking about Makhmudov even being on the card as well, but he doesn't have an opponent or none that I've seen to be rumored as of yet, all right? But as far as Filip Hrgovic taking on Mark Mori, I see this as a 1 or 2 round fight. Now, I haven't heard from Mark Mori since I did the video on him and David Haye, and that was like 7, 8 years ago. It was when Haye was coming back, and his first touch was Mark Mori, and it went like, I believe, 1 round. I don't think Mori even landed a shot. I remember him throwing some punches, but Haye was just busting him up, man, knocked him out in the first round. Now, Haye fights different than Hrgovic, right? He's not going to dip his shoulders and get cutesy on you and pop the jab from his hip and, you know, move his head with his hands down. He doesn't fight like that. But I think if Mori couldn't deal with Hrgovic's jab, Haye's jab 8 years ago, there's no way he's going to deal with Hrgovic's jab, who's even bigger and taller and more lengthy with his arm reach than David Haye. I don't see a chance for Mori to win this fight. Now, I haven't seen him since the Haye fight, so I probably thought he retired, but I actually went on BoxRec, and he's been active since 7, 8 years ago. He's been active, but he's been taking on a plethora of journeymen, and not even the kind like the tough ones, you know, like a Kamil Sokolowski or Lago Kiladze or Jonathan Rice. None of those dudes, guys that are like 2-20 and records like that. So he's been feasting on those guys. So he has been active, you know, in the last 7, 8 years that I didn't know. But breaking down his style, he likes to fight with his guard kind of to his chest and try to walk you down. Then when he gets close, he wants to throw. I remember he fought a guy named Rob Calloway. I remember watching that fight going into the Haye fight because I was breaking down his style. And he was doing a Mike Tyson combination where he was throwing a left hook to the body and then coming with a left uppercut upstairs, throwing those type of combinations followed by overhand right. But he's not going to get Hrgovic against the ropes like that. I highly doubt it. I think he's going to get backed up. He's going to get a jab stuffed in his face with right hands and left hooks to follow him. His only bet, man, is try to just catch Hrgovic coming on the way in, try to clip him with an overhand right or left hook. But looking at his style, where he likes to keep his guard tucked to him like that, that means that space that he needs to eat up and try to get close and take a step in, he's just going to be standing in the back. Well, I assume he's going to just be standing there with his guard to his chest, and he's not going to be able to get over the reach. I think the reach is really going to do him in this fight. Mori, that is. All right, but look, man, I expect Filip to win this fight in a round or 2, man, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, like I said, I really like this card. Again, there will be, you know, an inklet of frustration. I'm not gonna lie, because I really want to see Wilder and AJ fight, man. Another interesting thing about Mori, I remember him even before the David Haye fight, because I remember when Stavern had the WBC title, had Stavern, speaking of Don King, I brought him up, saying that this card reminded me of his cards back in the day. But when Stavern had the title, when he fought Wilder, had Stavern beat Wilder in that first fight, his next fight would have been against, his voluntary defense would have been against Mark Mori, because Mori was with Don King. But we know what happened in that first Wilder and Stavern fight. Wilder won, and then down the toilet, Mark Mori's title shot went. All right, but neither here nor there, man. I expect Hrgovic to roll in a round or two in this fight. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm gone.